Hello and welcome to Amethyst Style Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at two different things. So first of all, we've been doing a few things with this Give It A Whirl dies, which creates the spinner card. And I was saying that you can create all sorts of different things. There's hearts, there's this lovely frame, there's little pieces to cut out sentiments and another one to cut out sentiments, and you've got beautiful clouds, you've got lovely stars, and I thought that we would work with some of these, but today we're going to work with just this die, because when that die cuts out, it cuts out, if I show you one here, it cuts out not only the lovely frame, but a piece to go inside as well. So I thought that we would do something with that. And that is the Give It A Whirl dies. And we're also going to be using Quiet Meadow, which is the beautiful bundle that has just such a lot in the stamp set. Lovely flowers, beautiful sentiments, gardening words that are slightly distressed, which are lovely for backgrounds, splatters, and heartfelt love and caring thoughts are with you. So lovely sentiment. And the coordinating dies with this give you these beautiful flowers. So lovely meadow flowers. Again, you've got another sentiment border, and you've got some butterflies and things like that. So I have cut a few of them out. These are the meadow dies that go with the Quiet Meadow, and as a bundle you save 10%. So I thought that we would, what I've done to start off with is I've cut out, or I've die cut 3 of these frames in white, and then 3 of them in the new in colour, the soft succulent. So we've got 3 of those, because what I want to do is, because these fit perfectly flush inside, I want to take them out and then use 3 on one and 3 on the other, but I'm going to be putting the inside of this in here, and I'm going to be putting the inside of this in here. So you've got 2 different looks and you're not wasting anything. Excuse me. So if we start, I'm going to do the one with the darker ones in to start off with. So I'm taking a piece of the soft succulent, and then I've got a piece, this actually hasn't cut very well. I've got a bit of a fray bit on there. I think the blade was getting a bit blunt when I cut these few ones. I've got some new blades on there, that's fine. I've just given it a bit of a ruffle. So this is going to sit perfectly in there to give us the frame. So let's move this to one side for a minute. And then we're going to put these dark frames, and I want one. No, it's the other way round, isn't it? Right, sorry, I'm trying to think of one before the other. So I'm going to do this one first. So I have just got a blank of the soft succulent, and we're going to use the white first. So we're going to have the white in on here, and we've got 3 of these frames. So I'm just positioning them down. And then I'm going to put this straight onto a card base. Let me have the 3rd one like that. Okay. So what I need to do is I'm just going to position those where I want them. And then I can get those glued down when I want to. And then these pieces that are going to go inside, because that's going to lift it to the same level, I've taken, and I'm not sure which ones, I've die cut some of these lovely flowers from the what's it called, Meadow dies, and they really are rather beautiful. So what I wanted to do was, I'm going to take, let's take this one because this will be one of the easiest ones. I am going to literally just take some wet glue, move this out of the way for a little bit because I think we're going to do some stamping on the background. I haven't really sort of thought it through a lot. I know that you enjoy when I just create off the hoof, as it were. So I have some basic ideas of what I want to do, but then I just create with you so that you can see the thought process. Now I'm literally just going to put this in on here and take it down. Oh, we've got a little bit there that we can actually put in, can't we? So let me just tuck a little bit of glue in underneath there. Can I get that in? Should be able to. Just a little bit like that, and then I can just pop that in there like that. And then I'm going to be able to, with the paper snips, turn it over, and then I'm just going to cut this round so that this comes take it off of there so we don't get a gluey bit. So I've got this coming through on there. Okay, so that's going to be one of them. Then let's have a look at the next one and see what we can do with this. We've got this one, which is rather nice. So I want this. I like this flower on this side because that's got more of a sort of detail on it. So if I put that over at that sort of angle, I think that that will work. So let's again just get a bit of wet glue in on here. Like that. I think that's probably far enough. And then we're going to take this one so that it comes in with this one. And take those up like that. And again, just take our paper snips and we're going to just trim it round on these little pieces off of here. So just work your way round, making sure that you've got all those little pieces off. The wet glue is very good for this because, as I say, it just takes it right to the edge, and you know that it's then going to stick down quite nicely. So take that off. So we've now got this one. So that's going to be our second one. And then the third one, we've got, let's take the third one. We've got this one, but I really like this part of the flower down here. So I think I'm going to just take this piece off of here. And then we're going to have this coming through. That's going to be nice. So you can take the parts that you really like because we're giving that sort of silhouette look. And it also reminds me, although we're doing it in soft succulent, my grandparents used to have Wedgwood. And Wedgwood was, it came in blue, but it also came in this lovely green. And so putting these pieces on reminds me of the green and white Wedgwood, which I'm sure some of you will remember. Pretty Wedgwood. I certainly, as I say, my grandmother absolutely loved Wedgwood. She had all sorts of little pieces of Wedgwood, and they had little figurines and things in. But I think that they look just like the Wedgwood ones. So if we then put them in here, they are going to give lovely background pieces. Okay, we need to do a little bit of interest in on the background here. Now I thought I would do tone on tone, I think, with the words, definitely, probably some of the splatters, and maybe some of the meadow flowers. Haven't really decided what and how much. I'm just getting my blocks out because I haven't got my blocks, and I want it to be tone on tone, and I don't want it to be too dark. So let me just get, I think we need quite a big block for this one, so we'll put that one on there. Then we want something that's these, I think, will fit on that block, so we should be all right with those. And I'm going to get the soft succulent, because I want this to be tone on tone, and I'm not sure whether I want it full strength or not. We'll have a little look and see as we stamp it to see whether it's going to be full strength or not. Definitely want some of this. Now, as I've said, I find it very difficult to see which way the words are, so I always try and stamp it off on a bit of scrap or on the edge. So I'm going to just stamp this off on here so I can see which way I'm doing it. Is that the right way up? No, that's the wrong way up. Oh no, it is, that's the right way up. Okay, I'm going to do that full strength, I think, and we're going to have it just sort of some of it coming that way, some of it coming that way, just sort of like that down on there, which gives us a little bit of the background. We get my Simply Chamois so we can clean that off. Then I quite like, I think these flowers might look quite nice as just background pieces on here. So I'm going to put this one just coming through like that. Oh yes, that's quite pretty, isn't it? And do I want another one coming up on the other side? Yes, I think I do, to sort of balance it up on here. So we'll have another one coming up like that. That's really rather nice as sort of the background part. And then I need to take, would work beautifully as a card as it is. It's like those antique books that you get that have all of the different, what do you call them, you know, vintage words and things like that. So tone on tone, that would look really nice in crumb cake or one of those. Okay, and I'm just going to put just a few little sort of spots and things in on here, just to add just a little bit of, I can turn that round that way and just put a little bit like that. Okay, I think that's fine. So that gives us the background. Now, if you wanted to, you could sponge around the side. I'm not going to, because I want that quite sort of sharp look on there. So let's have a look and see how these will work. So we then need to put these in on here. So we've got 1, 2, where's my third one? There it is. Slid down on there, 3. So we want those to come fairly exact. I'm doing the outside pieces first, and I'm just trying to do it so that it's as even as we want. And I think that will work perfectly like that. So let me take the top one. Again, I'm using wet glue because, as I say, I find wet glue the easiest to work with. I always have done. And we do have different adhesives, so whatever adhesive you find is the best, you use that. So we'll have that about there. So that can come around there. And I'm going to do the bottom one next, because this can then be balanced between the two, but I want the top and the bottom to be fairly uniform so that it balances nicely. So let's put this one, so we've got that amount of space there, that amount of space there, so that will work in there like that. And then we can pop this one in, and I think doing it tone on tone, you just get that lovely look, as if it's almost like designer series paper or a piece of a vintage book. So this is going to come in. We want the same sort of distance from the edge on there, like that, and then that can come around like that. Okay, now we've got to work out which ones we're going to have where. I think I want this one in the bottom. I think I want this one in the top. And I think I want this one down in there. Actually, I'm going to take, do I want that one up that way? Yes, because then you've got more at the bottom growing up to the top. I think that will work. Okay, so I'm not putting any dimension on this because I want it to lie flush. So we're just going to put this in like this, and then that can go neatly in there, because it works once it's slotted itself in. There we go. Sure it fits flush. Then we can put this one up in here. Like that. Then that one can go in like that. Make sure that it goes into its piece so it lies beautifully flush. And then we can take this one and put this one up in like this. And then we'll pop this one in so it's growing upwards on there. Just make sure that again it goes in nice and flush. Take it in onto the other side and give it a nice rub. And there you have a really pretty looking card, and all we need now is to put a sentiment on it. So I'm not going to do the sentiment now, I should do that afterwards, but you can choose whatever sentiment you want. You can put it in a little circle if you want, you can put it just in one of those little frames, but I think that that makes a really pretty card. It works absolutely beautifully, and as I say, it gives that two-toned effect and look. Put it onto a white card base, and you've got a really lovely pretty card. So I was going to make two, but I'm not going to make the other one today. I'll do that for my next video, so don't forget to come back and I'll show you how we're going to do, or what we're going to do with this one, which is going to be the other half. So as I say, you're not wasting your two pieces. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe and well, and please be kind. Bye-bye.